Hello YouTube and welcome to another Flames of War battle report. I'm your host, Duke of Toast. Today we'll be doing a 1780 late war Germany versus Russia battle report. So today we went to a new shop. Well, it's not new for us, but it's new for you guys. It's a little shop of magic. Great place to go. Lots of amazing people. Really spacious on the inside. So good place to play if you ever want to come out. So today's battle report is going to be hold the line. Russia is going to be the attackers and Germany is going to be the defenders. Um, I like this mission. I just wish I would have played it a little better. So, spoiler alert. So, here's the table. As you can see, everything is WYSIWYG. The train track in the middle is going to be low on one side, or excuse me, low on both sides, so it's going to be a skill check for any vehicles. Everything else is, like I said, WYSIWYG. The two objectives are there's one in between the bombed out church and that building. There's a truck, and then there's one next to that building in that forest. So today's opponent, again, is Steve. Steve came out with his Russians this time. First time ever that I've played against the Russians. And yeah, it was a fun game. So let's see what he brought. So as you can see, we got a whole bunch of tanks here. Bottom right, you see 3 KV-1s. Right next to them is 5 T-34s. To the left of that is a Pioneer squad with their supply wagon, horse-drawn, of course. You see some rocket artillery. Now, Steve made a mistake in his list and accidentally brought the really good version of this, where it kills anything on a 1+. So, a little bit mistake on his part, but that's all right. There's a squad of 10 tanks right there in the middle. T-34s and T-34-85s. Commander right in front of that is T-34-85, and then one large platoon of SMG infantry. So my list is the same as the last previous battle reports. 3 Grenadier squads, HQ, anti-tank, 4 Stugs, 2 squads of 3 Pak-40s, and the airplane. Or no, excuse me, I did not bring the airplane this time, so I changed it up a little bit. So on my right, which is left of this picture, is 1 platoon of grenadiers with attachments of 2 machine guns and the 1st IC. The 2nd platoon is in this forest on this side of the board. Again, same setup, except for with the 2nd IC. And the packs you saw in the earlier picture are going to be ambushing on my first turn. So on Steve's left, which is the right of this picture, he's got that horde of 10 tanks, infantry behind them, spotting team in the roof, the 1st IC in his T-34-85. On this side, you're going to see the other 5 T-34s, the KV-1s and the rocket launchers and the Pioneer squad. So Russians have first turn. So Russians moved up over. All the tanks in that back that are behind the terrain tracks actually all failed their skill tests. So that kind of sucks for him on his first turn. But beyond that, nothing really happened on this side of the board. On the other side of the board, the KV-1s moved behind the T-34s for a little bit of cover. The rocket launchers moved up, and the Pioneers moved up. So, rocket launchers went and ranged in on my squad in the forest with his really awesome custom artillery plate that has the Russian symbol in it, the old school Russian symbol. I thought that was a really nice touch. So the reason why I took this picture was I believe this was his last roll, and he needed, I believe, an exact 6, and he got it. And after his rolling, he only actually killed 1 infantry stand, which was kind of sad, but at the same time it was good for me. But they did get hit 5 times, so they were pinned down for the most of this game, actually. I could not make my morale test for this team, but it was alright. So, German's first turn. The 2 platoons in the forest did not move. I popped my first Pak-40 here. Two of them are in the church, and the other one's kind of behind the church. And then my second Pack 40 platoon's over here. Now, what Steve was telling me, because I'm getting a lot of my information from a veteran player, is that even though the Pack 40s are on the larger artillery bases, technically they are allowed to actually be in this building because I can actually fit them on the smaller bases. I just don't have those small bases. So he allowed me to fit these guys into this building. So from the Pack 40s that were in the church, we shot them up, or we shot this platoon up here. Only one T-34 got killed, and unfortunately, this picture to the a little bit to the right, the Pack 40 that was kind of on the outside of the building shot a T-34 on the 10-man platoon. So a little bit of ineffective fire on my part, but hey, that's my rolling. Not much I can do about it. Again, there's that T-34 that got killed by the other pack. So turn 2, Russians' turn. The Russians moved up on the right flank. Some of his tanks got unbailed, but there's still 2 bailed. The infantry squad just filed in behind them. They fired, I believe, on my packs in the far building, and I think they just pinned them, really. Yeah, and then on this side, the KV-1s moved up to get into better position. The T-34s moved up a little bit, and the Pioneers moved up. T-34s and the KV-1s shot at me a lot. He prioritized most of it into the Pack 40s, but I kept making my saves left and right, so yeah. Here's another shot of just the board. So my turn 2, German turn 2, packs shot back into that squad. The 2 packs that are in the building could not see the KV-1s. They could only see the T-34s in front of them. So they shot them, killed one. I think we bailed the one next to that one. The Pack 40 that's outside of the building could only see the KV-1. I did grant him concealment because the wall was really in the way, so I did grant him that. But fortunately for me, he failed his armor test, or excuse me, his firepower, his armor test, excuse me, and I did my firepower tests and killed 2 KV-1s. And then on this side, from the Pack 40s that are on the opposite end of the table, they only killed 1 T-34. I was prioritizing the entire game, essentially the T-34 85s, but unfortunately that didn't really work out for me. Sorry about the blurry picture here. That's just top of turn 3. So on turn 3, he shot the crap out of my Pack 40s all the way down to 1. They are pinned. They were not below half, so they didn't have to make any tricks. And unfortunately, the last picture didn't show up, but they moved up here behind the road. My turn, I did a combined fire between the packs and the church and the other one to kill 2 of his T-34-85s and bail out the one that was closest to the actual objective. So on his next turn, he could not win the game on that turn because he had to be an active tank, essentially, 4 inches away from, or 4 inches within the objective. And the tank that's bailed out, the tank to its right, was just a smidgen out of the way. So that bailout did really help me out. Top of turn 4 here. So this is kind of where it ended. Yeah, all the SMG guys moved up. The T-34s just stayed where they are. The KV-1s, the other T-34s stayed where they are. He could not bail out that one tank in the back to save his life. The other Pioneer squad moved up. They shot up the packs and then they assaulted them and just utterly destroyed them. Yeah, as you can see, they came up, assaulted, and yeah, not much I could do about that. I didn't have enough packs there to even pin them, so It was okay. So next turn he does win because he's got models within 4 inches. Finally, my reserves came in on turn 4. I just rolled really badly. I really wanted my Stugs on the third turn to contest, really, honestly. So I just moved them up, shot, nothing pinned or anything, so that was ineffective for them. On this side, my guys shuffled around, finally unpinned themselves. The two machine gun or bases moved up to the edge of the forest to shoot out of it. I was just trying to get points at this stage in the game. So the combination between these guys firing and the other platoon firing killed the Pioneer Squad, as you can see here. Yeah, the Pioneer Squad got wiped out. And here's the ending shot of the end part of the game. So yeah, really honestly, 2 things that I should have done better was, one, I should have just moved the platoon squad that was in the forest next to the barbed wire that his pioneers put down on first turn. I should have moved them towards the church, really, because he wasn't going to go through the barbed wire. He was just going to sit there and shoot me all day long. I could have rolled a little bit better with my packs, but that's just how the rolling was. And yeah, not much else I could have done. Yeah, so another great game me and Steve had here at Little Shop. Always great to play Flames of War with him. He's always a great guy. So score-wise, it was a 5-2 victory to the Russians. Personal record for the Germans is 1 win, 2 losses. I just like to keep that little record there just to remind myself to do a little better. That's really it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be putting up another video up here a little bit soon of not only another battle report, but I will be doing a little bit of a showcase of Steve's Russian army and also a couple of models / train features that were at Little Shop that I thought was really cool. But just a little bit of a teaser for you. I got 1-2 slides to show you here. So here next to us the entire game, sorry about that. Over here on next to our table the entire time, 2 gentlemen were playing actually Dystopian Wars. In particular, I think this was called Clash of Armor or something like that. I could get that wrong. But I just thought the miniatures were really cool, very detailed. This little battleship that's up on the top right there is actually not an American battleship. That's actually a British battleship. I thought it was American because that building part looks like the Capitol building from Washington, D.C. But it's British, so, you know. And over here, I think they were the other gentleman was playing Prussians, if I'm not mistaken. Again, just showing off the models because they're really cool looking. But thanks for watching, guys, and come back again.